Hi everybody, I am back at the farm today. The last time I was out here, I was talking about we were going to get 3 to 5 inches of snow, and we did get quite a bit of snow. There's remnants of it right here, but it has warmed back up nicely. The thing about it is, I also got sick. You could kind of hear me getting sick in the last video, and so I've been down for a few days, but I am back feeling about 90%. So I'm going to get back out here on this job, out here on the farm, and I'm going to be doing a lot more briar patch clearing. So let's just follow along. Let's go on down here and see what the mean girls are doing and what the cows are doing. And here we go with the mean girls. I'm gonna give them some, what my wife lovingly calls candy bars. There's Beth. So, alright, let's give these guys some candy bars. Candy bars coming. They love their candy bars. Boy, fun time, Jake. Well, they started out of the way. Pretty sloppy mess in here. Pretty sloppy in here right now. Let's get through here. I'm trying to get these calves to eat some calf grower on their own. Looks like it's working. Get away from here and let them have it. This is the actual, it's like a spring that fills our pond. And it comes out of the ground right here. There's nothing up above where it runs. It comes right here. So it comes out of the ground here, and I was trying to be careful. I was trying to be very careful here whenever I was on the dozer so I wouldn't plug this. But what it does is it comes out of the ground and it goes down, makes a stream, flows pretty good. You can see it, and it flows all the way down and fills that pond down there. So that pond is filled by this little spring right here. Now this spring won't flow all year round. If we didn't get any rain at all right now, this thing would still be flowing in 3 weeks. So it's a pretty good little deal. And I'm just happy it's here. About fell off this rock. But anyway, it's pretty mucky down here. It's real windy today. I'm probably going to push this brush pile up again because of course it went out because it started raining after I was here the other day. So I'll probably push the brush piles up and just kind of pack them and get them ready for whenever it's not quite as windy, so I can burn that again. But yeah, it's coming around. It's clearing it out. Fence row is right over there where that big bunch of cedars is right there. So that's as far as I can go that direction. But yep, it's turning out. So let me get down here and get the dozer and get started doing a little something or other. And just because we all like a good startup video on equipment whenever it's been cold, as I said, it's been a few days. It's been about 4 days now, and the dozer hadn't been started, and it's had 3 to 5 inches of snow on it. It's now melted off, but let's see how it does. All right, contact. As always, Case and Cummins, you cannot beat it. cut. Instead of it flowing all out across the field here, flow right down that ditch, right into that little gully right over there, right on down into the pond. So, easy enough. I've got to do is I've got to cut a little relief right here on this edge of the pond to keep that from going over the top of that pond bank. just fine. I'll pack it a little bit more whenever I go across it. I don't want it to be running out right now, but before it comes to the top of that dam, I want it to actually go around that pond bank or dike. All right, let's get started on this stuff. I had to come get my tractor for this next little bit, so I'm going to get that, and I'm going to go ahead and put a bale of hay out for these big cows while I'm at it. So let me get started on that. All right. Surely I brought the keys to this. Not. Oh well. No hay today. Have to come back tomorrow. What a shame. I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about how we came to be on this property here, this farm. So back in 1970, I was just a real small child, and my parents actually purchased this property that we're on from my grandparents, and this one is 50 acres. And of the 50 acres, my wife and I, we have 25 of it, and my brother has 12 and a half, and I believe my sister has 12 and a half. So anyway, we ran cattle whenever I was a kid. We had mostly milk cows and stuff like that, and we did milk, but it was just mainly for our family. So I remember we had a barn, we had a house, and we felt like we were doing pretty well, because we came from a little 2-room house that had an outhouse and then we moved or built a house here and moved up here. The house that they built was a modest little house. It's up on the hill behind me. You can probably see it back there. It's real small, a little 3-bedroom, but everything was real small, little kitchen and everything like that. But we grew up there, and we thought we you know, in tall cotton, I guess you'd call it, because we had indoor plumbing. You know, 1970 we had indoor plumbing, and you know, we had TV and stuff like that. So we thought we were doing good, and we had all this land, you know, because we just thought this place was amazing when we were kids, and still do. But let me point out something about where we're at right here. The cows. Of course, every time I stop, they start bellowing because they think I'm going to feed them something. But what happened here was all this land, that pond down there that I've been working on, that pond was there whenever I was a kid. I mean, when we moved up here, there was a pond there. And the pond wasn't new. I mean, it was old. So that old pond was right there. Everything, if you see up on the hill, you can see the house, and you can see my brother's shop and stuff like that. But everything from there back here was all woods. This was all wooded. Everything up here was wooded. Everything over here was wooded. So the only thing that wasn't wooded was right over there across the pond, about where that, well, even past where that big old tree was. So there was kind of an opening way over there, and then right down here, just past where the cows are standing, there was a small opening right there. And we would have to walk down through the woods to get to the pond. So I remember my birthday one year. I was probably 9, 10. Me and my buddies decided to have a camp out down here. So right down there, just past where the cattle are, we set up our tent. Well, actually, we didn't even have a tent. We just laid down a tarp, and then we got on top of the tarp with our sleeping bags. And this is March, you know, so it's pretty cold. So anyway, we're down there, and my brother and his buddies, they come down and scared us. And of course, I went to the house. My buddies, they stayed down there, and they didn't even realize I'd left, because I got up, you know, after we realized what my brother had done and everything. We all laid back down to go back to sleep, and I got cold tonight, so I just got up and went home and went to bed. And my buddies stayed down there and froze to death. But anyway, the story of this area up here, this was all wooded, and my brother and I, you know, we needed, you know, we got to that age where we need a little money. We're up around that 16, you know. Well, I was about 16. I think he was like 20, 21 or 22. And so we decided, or we asked Dad if we could cut these trees back down, you know, down here to sell firewood. Dad thought it was a fine idea because he wanted all this for pasture. So me and my brother, with little old cheap Poland chainsaws, we come down here. I mean, we had the cheapest chainsaws you could imagine. I mean, these things were wore out junk. And we got down here and we cut this whole area, everything that you see, we cut all the trees, all the way back to over where the trees are over there. So we cut all this out with the cheapest little bitty 16-inch bar Poland chainsaws that you can imagine. So right now I'm up here, and we've needed to do this for a long time. I am actually clearing all this off again, because we ran cattle all the way through the 80s on this property, and then after that, Dad and Mom, they got rid of the cattle sometime in the 90s. They got rid of them, and when they got rid of the cattle, they ran a few horses and stuff up in here, and mules, but you know, that stuff like that, it really grew up badly, and that's what I've been working on, is trying to bring it back, and I think I'm doing it. So over there, you see, I've been working on the other side of the pond today, and this one over here, he's gonna get him some milk face going on. This calf. But anyway, I've been working on that and hiding rocks. And the thing about a dozer is you can actually hide rocks with it. And the way you do it isn't the way you think. You actually push them into the ground. And you'd think, well, that little old dozer won't push that into the ground. Yes, it will. So this whole place up here was covered in rocks, and I've been running over all the rocks up here, pushing them down. And of course, it's very windy today, just like it normally is in Oklahoma. But all that area that I've dozed out back over here where I found the deer stand and everything, that's all going to have to be pushed down as well. So I just thought everybody might want to see where we came from on this deal. This property's been, you know, in our family. It was in my grandparents' family before. They had it many years, and then my dad, mom, they've had it since they got it in 1970, and then my dad passed in 2015, and my mother, she went ahead and split it up between me and my siblings, and so, you know, we're just trying to keep it all going and bring it back to life, you know. So that's what I'm working on. I love this place, and we've got this farm and we've got the other farm. We got 90 acres up north of town up there, so in north part of the county. So gonna do a lot of work up there, do a lot of work here. But anyway, I just thought you guys might like to hear this little story. So I guess I better get back to work. All right, I mentioned hiding rocks, and I'm going to show you exactly how that works right now. So with a bulldozer, you can hide rocks, and anything that's really heavy, you can hide rocks with it. My bulldozer is around 18,000 pounds, 18 to 20. So you know, we have a lot of sandstone. This entire hill is made of rock behind me, and I'm going to be hiding rock for, you know, a couple of days. But I just wanted to show how you do that. So you don't use what you think you use. So just let me show you. I'm gonna put this on time lapse so you can see it at work. All right, now I'm gonna hide some rocks without being on time lapse. So there's some rocks right here in this briars that I didn't want to brush hog over because they get the brush hog. So let me hide these rocks. they're all gone now, so I can brush hog over this without any issue whatsoever. And that's what I've got to do on all of this. So I'll be running over all the rocks and mashing them down, because when you've got as many rocks as this hillside's made out of, there's no way to just get rid of them. You just got to hide them. You got to make them go away where grass can still grow over them. So anyway, that's the update for today. And if you like this type of video, like and subscribe, and I will bring you more content in the future. Thank you, and God bless everyone.